Okay. So yeah, if you've been following this channel, you might have been asking yourself lately, where the hell did Guy go? And I'm here to tell you I didn't go anywhere. I'm still here. I just needed a little break. To be honest, I was just burnt out, which makes sense after working 24/7 on making stuff for the channel for the past year. I never took days off and never really did anything else. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved every single minute of it, but inevitably my brain just shut down one day. It started from just taking a step back and taking a long breath in, taking the time to rest up and take care of my mental, my house, my body. I started working out, which is something I've never done before, and started eating better, all really great things. But I started noticing these cracks forming in my sense of motivation. I think it was a combination of many things, but one thing that was screaming at me was the fact that I needed to expand my 3D knowledge into new programs. Mainly Blender, Unreal, and Substance Designer. So a couple of months ago, I started dedicating most of my time to learning these 3 programs, and man, that was just way too much to handle at once. It was a bit too overwhelming, to be honest. Those are 3 completely different programs that only have a bare resemblance to all the programs I'm used to working with, so yeah, that didn't help staying motivated. At that point, every time I wanted to make a video for the channel, I was going over all the list of ideas that I have and just kind of hated every idea. Came up with new ideas and immediately scratched them off. Just overall felt like I got nothing to add anymore. And look, every single video I made for this channel is an idea that came from a deep love and passion and enjoyment for the craft. What I share with you is only the stuff that I'm extremely excited about. So if it doesn't excite me, I'm just not motivated to share it. So man, this is where I've been at lately. I've recorded a few videos and enjoyed recording them. But once I sit down to edit, I look at it and I'm just like, this is so boring. Why should I even bother putting this out? So yeah, this is where I've been at. I think I'm just patiently waiting on and delicately carving out ways for a rejuvenated sense of inspiration. And the only way to do it for me has always been just working on new projects that are nothing but fun to make. Like this realistic Pringles logo. It's one of the many ideas from the list that I've been having for a long time. And I know it's not the most original one, but I picked it and I ran with it. I think in general, the reason I started branching off into these non-tutorial videos was because I needed to just make fun stuff that I could also learn from. So it makes sense that continuing on creating these videos will be my way back into feeling motivated. And I'm not just sharing this with you to update you on, where I've been, but also because I think it's important to realize that this shit happens to any creative person. That's something I kind of realized even more once I started getting into lifting weights lately. Our line of work is just so abstract and so wild, and there's practically no rules, no rights and wrongs. And as fun as it is, and perhaps maybe even the reason why we love it so much, it can also get extremely frustrating and confusing to live in this abstract space all the time. When you lift weights, it's just so fucking simple. You hold the weight, you feel the stretch, you push it, and bring it down. That's it. You do that a few times until you can't do it anymore. And that's it. It's black and white. Move the weight, get tired, and repeat. The reward comes from the simplicity. You feel exhausted? Good. Your muscles are sore? Good. Your muscles grow? Good. But once you step back into the world of creating beautiful imagery, captivating the viewer's mind, telling a story with each creative decision, discovering your own idiosyncrasies and unique values, there's no real way to quantify or qualify it. It's just like trying to use your hands to shape water into a cube. You kind of have to realize the water will just keep flowing. I guess what I'm saying is, be water, my friend. Nah, but for real, if I have any actual point in this, it's just, I don't know, be okay with feeling unmotivated. Be okay with having a downtime. It's an inevitable part of going up. And most importantly, when you're down, don't focus on things that bring you down even more. Focus on things that make you feel good. Like doing heroin, for example.
I'm joking.
So this whole Pringles phase was tricky because I haven't sculpted in a bit and I felt kind of rusty. A lot of decisions here were kind of iffy, and kind of like the 80-year-old Mario sculpt that I did back then, it's actually really tricky for me to create these details on a face that's so not human. There's so many aspects of the mid-level details that is about going with the flow of what makes, for example here, a human face. The relation between the nose and the eyes and the cheeks and the mouth and the chin and all that. But here there's like nothing, just eyes in a big elliptical shape. So yeah, tricky, but eventually kind of made it work somehow. If you enjoy this content, consider supporting on Patreon or membership. It truly helps me a lot, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks for it. I also made a t-shirt with the final design of this scary looking Pringles dude. Seemed like a t-shirt I would wear, so there's probably at least one more weirdo like me out there who would want to wear it. If you're interested, check out the links below to the Pink Eye Gumroad where you can purchase it. And if you're interested in 3D related products to help you improve your work, check out the new Plastic Gumroad for all sorts of material and model packs. I'm sure you'll find some useful shit there. And I know all these things cost money, and my love to you isn't conditional to how much money you give me. You can support with gestures that are completely free, like following me on Instagram at Ojang or the channel at Brand New Plastic, or subscribing to the YouTube channel. It actually does help a lot, so thank you. I appreciate you. You're a good person, even if you committed a heinous crime in the past. Yes, I'm talking to you. You know what you did, and I know what you did, and I still love you. tried to create the hair inside ZBrush using fiber mesh for the first time ever, and I wasn't really satisfied with the results, probably because I'm just still not used to the fiber mesh techniques. So I actually ended up doing the hair on his head in Cinema, and I remade the mustache in fiber mesh later on. The bow tie came out so wacky, I wish it was more realistic, but you know, I just kept going with it, fuck it. And yeah, back to Old Faithful. The bow tie, I just gave a simple weave texture with some added small imperfections in the color. For the eye, I used an iris image as color, and I also converted the iris image into a bump map in Photoshop and used that on the bump channel. I think it came out great. As for the skin, there's something really satisfying in painting in skin texture, layering together all these different colors in this seemingly chaotic way that slowly starts to look right and rich and sick. Shout out to Jay Hill and especially Flip Normals for showing how to do this the right way. Mainly like which tones belong on which part of the face, so like for example, the lower part of the face and a little bit around the eyelids, it's a bit more of a blue tone. The nose, the forehead, a little bit of the cheeks have a bit more of that kind of yellowish tone, and the rest has that kind of more red undertones. But, you know, it's not obviously black and white, no pun intended. Also, adding all the details, all the tiny like freckles and discoloration and sun damage and veins and spots and all that. This white painting on the eye, basically painting a scattering mask where the scattering effect will be less strong around the eyelids. And that's it. Then I exported it, and in Cinema I added all the maps and created the material. For this skin material, I used pretty much the same technique I showed in my tutorial for the Octane standard surface skin texture, so check it out if you didn't. I think I prefer the skin look of the standard surface material versus the universal material. So as I mentioned earlier, I redid the hair using the Cinema 4D hair system, and the easiest way to get this specific look was to create separate hair objects for each hair section and use a single guide so I can easily shape those spiky shapes. And then I just clumped the whole thing in the hair material, essentially creating one single clump. Then I redid the mustache piece using fiber mesh and zbrush. I really wanted to get at least some usable hair in fiber mesh to really get a hang of it, and I think this time it came out much better. And after adjusting the materials and the lighting and all that, ta-da! This was a fun one. Again, I know it's not the most original idea, but I needed something fun to get back into things and to lubricate my sculpting skills, which have gone a bit rusty in the last 2 months. So yeah, really enjoyed this. And if you did too, go buy the t-shirt with this design. It's on the pink eye gum road. I'll leave the link in the description. Also, you know, you can get anything from the new Plastic Gumroad store or subscribe to my Patreon. Because this video is low-key brought to you by all my supportive patrons and members, most of whom you can see on the screen right now, so shout out to them. I love you. Have a great day. Peace.